last left off with trying to qualify our login on IBM Watson. I was going to pop up a crib sheet to show you some of the login, username, client ID, password, and how that's decoded. So we have our system running here. This is the NodeRED instance running on the VM or the simulated device, and it's getting data from IBM and AWS. So to show you what we had to do with IBM, I do have a crib sheet that I'm going to pop up. And essentially, the username and password is going to be different depending on whether you're talking about a device, in this case the simulated device, or the application that's running on IBM Bluemix. On the device side, you're going to notice that the client ID that's used in the MQTT dialog, you're going to have a D preceding the string. And the application is different, and that has the A preceding the string. Both reuse the same org ID. So my org ID is YUP939K3, followed by a colon device type colon device ID. In my case, it was demo type, and the device ID was demo1. Thing to note here is that the username is going to be this string, which is the literal string use token auth. And your password is the authentication token that was generated once on IBM Bluemix. If you lose it, you'll have to regenerate the device. The same with the application side. It follows the same pattern. It's a little different where you have the org, the same org ID, but you have an app ID. And what's interesting about the app ID is it could be anything. You just need a unique value there, because this is what's actually used for the encoding of the MQTT traffic. Now the username is not use token auth, it's going to be the key value. And the key value is generated when you generated that application in IBM Watson. So it follows the org ID, and a key value. And finally, the password is going to be the API token. So if we go back to the NodeRED running on IBM Bluemix right now, which is this. This is just that loopback code. If we look at MQTT out and break into the MQTT node, you're going to see the server is the same server ID, port 8883. This is that client ID. And you notice I could put anything in here. I can start removing stuff and change the name, update this, deploy it. And I come back here, and every 3 seconds this should loop back, and it's still working. So the loop back still works. The org ID, or I should say the app ID, just needs to be unique. So if you go into security, security is followed, as we said in the crib sheet, with the username with the org ID and the key value, and then the password is just the API token. And of course, all that was generated here when you generated the API key for the app, or where you generated your device. So a couple other things that I wanted to mention is, just in wrapping up this exercise, is on AWS, a really handy tool here is under AWS IoT, there's a test functionality here where you can subscribe directly to the topic. And so this is subscribing to that topic branch where my node is basically just every 3 seconds running to Amazon, and the loopback doesn't exist because it's Amazon and I'm just subscribing to the topic. But this is a very handy method where I can subscribe to a topic and listen to it, or I could actually publish to the topic. And curiously, I'm interested, did that actually do anything? Am I picking that up? And I don't think I am, because I have my decoder ring here extracting the time. So that is essentially it. I'm going to follow this up with some more rigor and some more details on NodeRED and moving data, getting data into a system, and actually doing something interesting with it. But I wanted to go through these videos just to get this set up so I can actually do this measurement of latency testing. Thanks a lot.